What's up, YouTube? Alright, a lot of you may have noticed that there's been a suicide video that's been sitting on my profile for a couple days, but many of you probably don't even know. No one probably even knows what's going on. But I put up an apology video, okay? A lot of people, probably like nearly 100 or so, and I'm not going to go throwing names out there, sent me thank you PMs about, some things in the video that helped them. I also got a few that were, not mean, but apparently I affected some people in the wrong way. I was trying to heal and not hurt in the situation. Okay, so that's why I pulled the video, because I did come across a little angry towards people that commit suicide, but a lot of people missed the message and who I was targeting with this. I was talking about perfectly healthy people, physically, mentally, that commit suicide and throw their lives away. Yeah, there are people out there that are very depressed, that are on medication. There are people out there that have small fractures in their skull, just like that guy from the Family Feud, not Richard Dawson, but the second little guy, and he hung himself due to that because he didn't know what was wrong with him. Yeah, there are people out there like this. That's not who I was trying to target, okay? And I did use the word coward, okay? So I took the video down, and I apologize for using the word coward. Doesn't change the way I feel about it. I wasn't targeting people that have, mental illness, that have physical disabilities, that are on their deathbed, that want to take their lives. I'm talking about perfectly healthy people that take their lives, okay? It's selfish, alright? I won't use cowardly. It's selfish, okay? And some people might say, well, it's a brave thing to do. It takes so much guts to be able to take your own life. And this isn't Japan where the samurai, I'm talking feudal Japan way back in the day, where the samurai, would take their own lives in an honorable way. That's not the case, okay? People are killing themselves because of depression and because they think that their world is crumbling around them. Shortly after I had graduated, okay, my parents had split up. I was on my own, living in a house. My mother, went her own way. My father went his way, and there I was. And, I'm a young kid, and I can't take care of a home, and I didn't have a job at the time. All my time was towards, doing the other activities that I like to do. So, for a good while, I was living on spoonfuls of peanut butter and jelly, man. Until, I said, this is crazy. I'm not going to go jump off a bridge. I'm going to go get a job and get an apartment. And you know what happened? I did get an apartment. It was an attic apartment. Alright, and let me tell you, the ceiling in my bathroom, was one of them ceilings that went sideways like this, and my toilet was under it. So I had to lean back, okay, to be able to stand and relieve my bladder, okay? And I've spent many birthdays alone in this little apartment, and I had to walk miles to work uphill. Worked 2 jobs. Always kept up on my bills. A lot of people sit around and they think of everything that's wrong in their lives, and they get angry about it, or they bitch and complain about it, okay? Instead of using and wasting all that energy complaining and bitching about it, do something about it. Make a change. Don't waste your life. Don't sink so far into a hole that you can't breathe. Don't sink yourself so far underwater that you can't breathe. That's more than enough analogies. I'm just saying, before it gets too bad, if you're going to take your life, if it's that serious, why not ask for some help? What could it hurt, man? Seriously, what could it hurt? If your whole world's crashing in around you, and you've got nowhere left to turn, that you're considering taking your life, what's so wrong with asking someone for help? And if that one person turns you down, they'll be like, see, I tried. Go on to somebody else. Move on. There's someone out there that's willing to listen. I said this in the other video. I'm no expert. I'm no savior. But I'm willing to listen to you. If you have a problem, PM me, email me, and I can at least give you a number, maybe a little bit of advice. You know, I'm willing to listen. There are other people out there. You got friends, and don't be selfish and take your life, because you never know who you're hurting by doing this, man. You think that you're helping people out by ending your life? You think, oh, well, they won't have to worry about me no more? You couldn't be any more wrong. They will spend the rest of their lives missing you. Missing you because you had to leave. Okay? So please, I'm not saying it's cowardly. I'm saying it's selfish. For those who are mentally straight and taking their own lives. Some people, as I said before, have problems and they can't control it. Well, I'm sure that if you're watching now, or if you're a family member of someone like this, keep an eye on that person if you love them. Make sure they're okay. Are they seeking every avenue to help try and fix this problem? Because besides accidents and wars and all this other crap in the world today that kills people, people are taking their own lives. And I truly, truly detest that. So please, discuss it down here. If you're mad at me about it, I'm sorry. It's the way I feel. Because it makes me very angry that someone would take their own life without even first seeing if there's anyone out there that can help them. I understand that we can get depressed. I understand that sometimes people think that that's it. The movie that I watched was called The Bridge. There was people jumping off the San Francisco Bridge. One kid couldn't get a job. He ended his life. The day that he jumped off that bridge, the morning of, he missed a phone call on his answering machine from one of the people that he had went and interviewed with. And they wanted him to come in for a second interview and hire him for a position. So I guess they say, look before you leap, think before you act. It's Digital Soul and I care about you, alright? See you guys next time. Peace.